The political crisis is on its high in Armenia. Today, Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan announced that the country will hold snap parliamentary elections on June the 20th. His remarks came following a meeting with the leader of the opposition Prosperous Armenia Party, Gagik Tsarukyan. According to the PM, the best way out of the current domestic political situation is to hold snap parliamentary elections. Later, the leader of the opposition Bright Armenia Party and parliamentary faction, Edmon Marukyan, noted that his parliamentary faction accepts June the 20th, 2021 as the date for the snap parliamentary elections. Prosperous Armenia Party leader Gagik Tsarukyan in turn noted that it is necessary to form a new power and a new government in the country. And in an interview with NEWS.am, leader of the opposition Homeland Party, former director of the National Security Service Artur Vanetsyan, said his party will be running in the snap parliamentary elections, but he did not mention the format. The opposition Homeland Salvation Movement in turn said it will later issue an official position on the snap parliamentary elections. Meanwhile, ex-ruling party member Armenian wondered under what electoral code and electoral regime these elections will be held. According to the European Platform for Election Observation, snap parliamentary elections in Armenia should be held solely under the reformed electoral code. The adoption of amendments should be done as soon as possible, even if this goes against general international rules concerning timelines for the calling of elections, its statement said in particular. The Office of the Prime Minister of Armenia has issued a clarification in connection with the administrative court decision on securing the lawsuit accepted in an administrative case and which concerns the dismissal of the Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces, Onik Gasparyan. Their remarks came following reports that Gasparyan was still at his place of work. According to the PM's office, Onik Gasparyan was relieved of his post on March the 10th and on the basis of the constitutional norm. The Constitution has not envisaged the possibility of reversing the act that came into force by virtue of the mentioned constitutional norm, the PM's office added in particular. The number of COVID-19 cases and deaths is increasing in Armenia. As of Thursday morning, 1,024 new cases of the coronavirus were confirmed, and the total number of these cases has reached 181,165 in the country. Also, 19 more deaths from COVID-19 were registered, making the respective total 3,301. Meanwhile, Health Minister Anait Avanesyan noted that the number of people contracting the coronavirus continues to grow in Armenia, and therefore more hospitals and beds are being put into operation in the country. She touched also upon the COVID-19 vaccination issue and said that the importing of the AstraZeneca vaccine to Armenia depends on the results of research and the course of events. It is not ruled out that Armenia will import this vaccine against the coronavirus, she added. The court session on the criminal case against the third president of Armenia, Sarkisyan, and several other defendants resumed on Thursday. The case also includes Flash Fuel Company owner Barsegh Beglaryan, former Minister of Agriculture Sergo Garabetyan, former Deputy Minister of Agriculture Samvel Galsyan, and Gagik Tsarukyan, head of the plant breeding department of the same ministry. The court hearings in this case had been put off for a long time. Also, defendants Garabetyan and Galsyan have died as a result of the COVID-19. Sarkisyan has been charged under the Criminal Code article on a large-scale embezzlement or squandering. The third president, however, does not accept the charge against him, and his lawyer Edmon Marukyan claims that the charge is concocted. U.S. Congressman Brad Sherman discussed the issue of Armenian prisoners of war in Azerbaijan with Philip Rieker, Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs. According to Sherman, Azerbaijan is in violation of the ceasefire agreement by not having released all POWs. I am glad to hear the State Department has had multiple substantive conversations with Baku calling for the release of all POWs. It seems to be that the Baku gave POWs access to ICRC in response to U.S. efforts. I will continue to work with the State Department to release all POWs, Sherman tweeted.